Hello, everyone. This is James King with Unity of Greenville. Thank you so much for joining with me today. I really appreciate it. I am the minister at Unity of Greenville. Come join us one Sunday or for one of our meditation nights or some of our events that we have. You can go to our website and find out more about us. It's unitychurchofgreenville.org. All right, today I want to talk to you about inspiration, how to inspire yourself, how to inspire yourself. Now, the word inspiration is the idea that it is a feeling of enthusiasm that you get from someone or something that gives you new and creative ideas. Think about that. It's a feeling of enthusiasm that you receive from someone or something that gives you new and creative ideas. They spark, creativity and newness and freshness. That's what the idea of inspiration is. Now, inspiration is also the idea to breathe in. Literally, it means to take in, to breathe in a breath. And we know that when you oxygenate your brain, you are more clear and capable of receiving more inspiration and thinking more clearly. So it's important to keep breathing. You hear people say all the time, breathe, breathe, breathe. Well, because sometimes we forget to breathe and we breathe very shallow. And when we breathe shallow, we're not getting enough oxygen into the brain, and therefore we're not in a state of receptivity. So it's important to, throughout the day, to take deep breaths. And what you tell yourself, it's important that you have some good, positive inner dialogue because most people don't have. Most people are constantly beating themselves up with their thoughts, or they feel a certain way and those feelings just kind of take them down. So it's important that we breathe. And then when we breathe, we affirm to ourselves, I am taking life in. I'm taking in life. I am participating with life. I am participating with what's happening in life. That's very important. You see, the idea of going within means to go within something in order to know it and to interact with it. Let's take relationships, for example. If you are truly in a relationship, then you must go within the relationship, explore it, talk with the person, experience the person, and do this. You do this by going within the relationship. It's important to do it without judgment, to do it without judgment, especially relationships. But anything that you do, you want to learn how to just be with something or be with a person without judging them, without having all kinds of negative thoughts, critical thoughts coming through your mind. Because when you do that, you're not really in or interacting with the person. You're not going within the conversation or within the relationship. And so that's what you want to do. And so inspiration is to breathe in. I'm taking life in. I'm participating. I'm showing up. I suited up and I showed up and I'm listening. I'm thinking and feeling and doing, my life. And that's very important. Now, the opposite of inspiration is expiration. And when you expire, it means to breathe out. And someday you and I will all expire. We'll take our last breath. Did you know that everything has a date on it? Milk, all food has a date on it. And that date is the expiration date. And it's like milk. when it expires, what happens to it? It becomes sour, it's spoiled, it's no longer useful. And so, what you have to do, you have to throw it out before it affects you. Because if you drink spoiled milk, it's going to upset your stomach. And when you get around people who are expired, so to speak, and and all I mean by that is uh, that they're not taking in life, they're not participating, they're not involved in their life experience. And so, it's like I joke sometimes. It's like a lot of people are walking around dead. They just hadn't had the good grace to lay down. you know, so you can be alive and still not be inspired, and still not be living in inspiration, not breathing in life, not participating with life. See, life is all about being inspired. What does inspiration do? It brings you creativity, doesn't it? And it helps you to navigate through life, and it gives you ideas, and it helps you to respond to life and whatever shows up. Because let me tell you, things are going to happen in your life, challenges are going to arise. We always act surprised when something happens that we don't like. And the thing of it is, well, stuff happens, things happen. And so that's the isness of life. And we know that isness is our business, right? Isness is your business. So here's what St. Francis said: never be in a hurry, never be in a hurry. Do everything quietly and in a calm spirit. Do everything quietly and in a calm spirit. Because if you come from a place of calm, then it will lead you into more calm, right? And he goes on to say, do not lose your inner peace for anything whatsoever, for any reason. You don't ever want to lose your inner peace. I always tell people, they tell me that they've lost their peace. I said, where'd you lose it? Go back and get it. And usually it was some situation or some person that they gave their power over to, and they gave their peace to the situation or to the person, and that's where they lost it. So you got to go back and get it. You got to go back within and say, okay, I gave my power away in that moment, but I no longer want to do that. And so I'm going to calm myself here and now. He's, St. Francis goes on to say, do not lose your inner peace for any reason whatsoever, even if your whole world seems upset. Now, there are times that I've been in situations and I was taught that being worried about another person is love. But what I discovered is that when I am constantly worried about another person, it's not really love, it's anxiety, it's fear. Okay? So, yes, I'm concerned about another person. I'm concerned about what's going on with them, but I'm not going to be any good to them if I am not in a calm and quiet spirit, if I've lost my inner sense of peace. Because the world outside of ourselves will constantly ebb and flow. It's like the ocean. There are going to be waves that are going to come at you. There are going to be situations and circumstances that are going to roll in the tide, and you're going to feel overwhelmed at times. And that's when you have to learn to inspire yourself. And one of the ways you can do that is learning how to talk to yourself in a positive way. Because here's the truth: we all talk to ourselves. Whether we ever verbalize it out loud, we're still thinking a thought, and those thoughts are just self talk. And so, if I can put thoughts into my mind that I want to think about, in other words, positive affirmations, you know, I am never in a hurry. I do everything quietly and in a calm spirit. In the Bible, in Psalms, it says, "Be still and know that I am God." Be still and know that I am God. So I want to tell myself to be still. I want to quiet my heart. Because what does that do? It lowers your blood pressure. It causes your body to respond in positive ways. You will feel better. And when you feel better, you do better, right? When you feel good, you do good. So you want to feel a little bit better. Then you want to keep that calm, peaceful spirit. And you have to train yourself to do this. It is training. It is training. That's what this is all about. You have to train yourself. You have to learn how to comfort yourself. You have to learn how to encourage yourself. You have to learn how to inspire yourself. And how do you do that? By going within and talking and affirming and telling yourself that it's going to work out. It's going to be okay. And no matter what happens on the outside, I can still be at peace. I can be the I in the calm I in the midst of the storms. And I'm not saying this is easy. It takes time to develop this kind of thing. And for the most part, you can learn to do it most of the time. And that's enough, right? Because nobody is 100%. Now you shoot for it, but you don't get upset with yourself because you're not perfect at it. A lot of times people, are so trying to be perfect at something that they don't realize that just being good is good enough. And so once you cross that 50% threshold and you're into a 60%, 70% level, then you're doing great. You're doing great. And those moments when you do give in, when you do get anxious, when you do get upset, you have the tools that you need to get back to that space of peace and calm because you've done your work, you know the truth, and you're able to calm yourself, to comfort yourself, to encourage yourself, and to inspire yourself. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Nobody can bring you peace but yourself." The Dalai Lama said, "Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace." In other words, don't you let somebody else take away your peace. So consider this today. Consider being your own best friend, your own motivational speaker, and speak those positive words to yourself. Affirm to yourself that I am participating in life. I'm breathing in life. I take in what I need, and what I don't need, I just let it go. Right? And that's how to stay centered, and that's how to be inspired. All right, let's take a breath. And so we give thanks for this time that we've shared today. May your day be blessed. May your day be prosperous. May you enjoy your life for what it is, not what you think it should be, but find the joy in what it is now, and everything will work out. I promise. All right. Thanks for being with me today. If you'd like to make a donation to Unity, go to unitychurchofgreenville.org and you can make a donation there. We really appreciate it. Have a great day. And I'll be back tomorrow night at 5:30 Wednesday evening. And these videos are recorded on YouTube, so you can watch them on YouTube. And then we post them on Facebook. So you can watch it on YouTube or Facebook. And so we've kind of got two different, congregations or groups out there that are watching. So like it, share it, let us know that you're listening, make a comment. If you have questions or if you'd like to hear about a particular subject, let me know. and we'll at some point we'll address it along the way. Thanks for joining with me today. Have a wonderful and prosperous day, and we'll see you soon.